those cosmic.
Also, Boral Sword is wild. Boral Sword and Boral Load Dragon are two cards I sometimes look at and I'm like, God damn, there was a time where we thought that those cards were the absolute shit and those cards were so insane. How could they ever print a Link 4 this broken? And now, like, you just don't play them anymore. Because they just managed to make something even better, dude. Like, look at what kind of menace is Accesscode Talker for it to invalidate Boral Sword? Like, Boral Sword was such a nasty OTK machine. That card was so insane. Nah, dude. I'll die on that hill. I think Accesscode Talker is a ban-worthy card. I think Accesscode Talker is a ban-worthy card. I think it's kind of whack that they used to do this with like generic extra deck staples that showed up in every single deck. Those cards, there was a time where those ended up on the ban list. There was like Goyo Guardian was banned at some point because that was just the go-to level 6 that everyone and their mom, if you play tuners, you always had to play Goyo Guardian. I'm specifically not saying La Valval Chain or something like that because those are like engine pieces, you know what I mean? But like, I'm talking like just good stuff, extra deck monsters, utility things. When everyone played them, like if it was clearly the best one of its level or rank or whatever, they would end up on the ban list, right? Like Goyo Guardian, Bryonac, Exciton Knight, that was banned at some point, right? Exciton was banned at some point. Name some other like utility synchros or XYZs that were banned at some point. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more like utility. I'm not talking like crazy combo pieces, right? I'm talking like actual utility cards that are comparable for like you know, Shockmaster is not a good example because Shockmaster is like you know, an end board kind of thing, right? But like Goyo Guardian is not something that's part of your end board. Goyo Guardian is just utility. Like Trishula is also utility, right? Those cards ended up being banned because everyone played them. And like since a couple years, we don't really have that anymore. The only extra deck monsters that they ban are like combo pieces, right? The extenders, the link climbers, all those are the cards that they ban. But what that means is that we are experiencing power creep on our like extra deck utility cards like crazy because they never ban like the utility monsters anymore, right? They don't ban Accesscode Barone and whatnot. And so whenever you make a Link 4, that shit has to be better than Appaloosa, Accesscode Talker, and all those things for it to even see play. And I feel like this is why so many Link 4s feel so like underwhelming, because they are either completely broken or they just suck because they are worse than Accesscode, Appaloosa, and whatnot. You know, so I wish just for the sake of keeping the game fresh in some ways, instead of like hitting this or that deck, sometimes you could just like hit the extra deck staples, right? Just a random thought while I saw Boral Sword, because like every deck makes like Accesscode Talker and Baronne de Fleur. What if we banned Baronne de Fleur? It would like change a lot of decks in a cool way, I feel like. Oh no, random shower thought right there.